Hey, good morning, guys. Yes, she is freaking up. How y'all doing this morning? Today is October 28th, Tuesday. It's 5:28 a.m. My battery gonna be low, so this probably not gonna be too long. And I don't feel like going to get the charger. I have some downloads, but I wanna. I wanna read when I was washing my face. I don't have my water yet though. It's I heard imitation is the highest form of flattery. Imitation is the highest form of flattery. I was thinking about that the first reason I was thinking about that is, I think about my faith and I try to keep a good eye on my walk, you know what I mean, to make sure that I'm following my own, goals that I set for myself and stuff like that, you know what I mean? My personal walk is what I'm talking about. And it's like I know I'm not God, but I try to imitate Jesus, right? What I know about him, right? I try to imitate that, and I know I could never be him because he was, the perfect man, but and he had a purpose. I mean, I ain't saying I ain't got no purpose, but that's how I live. You know what I mean? Now, I said that to say I'm not perfect. Y'all know that. I'm not perfect, right? And I don't pretend to be. All I do is, as best I can, is to walk in love and walk in peace. You know what I mean? And to confirmation and to be supportive, of others. And, and then I have my own personal goals, right, that I don't have to explain. I just do. Oh, excuse me. So that was the first part of the imitation, right? It was like, I can imitate him, but I could never be him. Understand? And to the best of my ability. Right? Like, this isn't something that I think I could ever do perfect. Nobody can. You know what I mean? He was the only perfect one, right? But, I can invest my time in a lot of different areas. I could be focused on a lot of shit. I can be focused on relationships. I can be focused on my family situation. I could be focused on a lot of things, right? But my choice is to focus on something that's going to bring me some healing, right? That's going to allow me to be who I am, right? I don't have to pretend. I don't have to sacrifice myself. I don't have to do something I don't want to do just in order to have somebody's validation. Yeah, there it is. The next one. When I put the validation from people first, right? That keeps me in a low vibration because it also gives other people the ability to have control over me, right? The control over what I do and the direction my life goes in, right? What they can, it's like, you'll do what I want if I'm the one that puts the value on you. If you're so concerned about how I see you, if I'm that important in your life that you want me to see you in a good light, you're going to do anything I tell you to do. You feeling me? The puppet. Confirmation. All right. And then the next one was, sometimes we don't recognize our own value, right? We don't recognize because we have put all of our faith in what somebody else thinks. How? You have a whole brain of your own, right? And that, that could come from several different areas of someone's life, whatever they have been through. It's a learned behavior, right? It's practice over and over and over again. And when we don't know our own value and other people use it to raise theirs, right? They know you got some things going on that you could really, take yourself far. But if you value how I think, then you don't even know who you are. Confirmation. Then you don't even know who you are. Right? So therefore, I can influence you, to do anything, and I can just use your energy as mine. Because you don't even know what you got. And as long as they don't tell you, as long as they don't say, wow, you're really good at, wow, you're great, they don't give you that shit. They don't give you them accolades. They don't give you them flowers. You know what I'm saying? And not that you are looking for. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Somebody knows that that's what you're looking for, that feedback. And as long as you don't get that feedback, they can control it. You hear me? And the last part is learn to recognize the life. What the hell is that? Learn to recognize the lake in your life. Hate. That's what it is. Ooh, I can't read my own writing sometimes. It says learn to recognize the hate in your life. From the people that you really, that make you feel bad, man. They don't make you feel, a part of. They don't make you feel like, you're good. We all have ego, we all have pride, but we all have that part of us that want to be recognized for the gifts that we have. There ain't no freaking way to sit and say, I don't do it for the accolades, or because in actuality, yes, we do. Because whatever we do, we may be giving away free information. That's cool. I can dig it. But you want to be good at it. Tell me you don't. Tell me you don't want to be skillful at what you do. Thank you. It ain't, you guys, that's where you get your balance from. You recognize the energy. You recognize what it is. Right? And then you can, you know what I'm saying? Listen, you move a lot of shit out the way. You won't be worried about what the fuck people think. Anyway, yeah, so learn to recognize that energy around you that don't clap for you, that don't support your business, that don't support how, you know what I'm saying? Scoot that shit out your way. I promise. Those are the antagonizers in your life. Yeah, antagonizers. Yeah, that's who they are. Anyway, those was the downloads. Let's get some fortune. Well, damn, they fell out. Look at the mountains moving, child. I can't make it up. The mountain's about to be moved out your way of emotions, right? How you feel. Thank you, Spirit. And where you get your validation from. Look, luck is on your side. 9 and 1 is 10. Plane elevation. Come on, y'all. Spirit speaking already. Know that you are protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. Right. Watch them. Move them out the way. Get out your way. Move. Get out the way. Get out the way. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. You are right to be strong and optimistic about the opportunities ahead. Yes, right. Because, you should think like that. You should feel like there's so many opportunities ahead, so many different things you can do, so many things you want to try. Yeah. Don't let somebody tell you, listen. And if people ain't celebrating you, get them people from around you. Get on from around here, boy. Get your ass on from around here. Yes. Look, Ice Queen. Sometimes you just gotta be, listen. No. Stand there and listen, and don't feel bad about it. I understand. Don't feel bad about it, but hold up, right? People know what they're doing. People know what they're doing. They hope you don't know. They hope you don't know. Child, look, whatever. Yeah, well, they'll be all right. Oh, what? They gonna be just fine. Listen, stay doing what you doing, man. Keep going. People don't listen. Fuck that. Don't blink. That's what I heard. Don't blink. Remember that the staring contest? I always the staring contest. What? Somebody's trying to test your boundaries. Somebody's trying to test your. I heard gangster, but I don't. Gangster ain't it. They're trying to test your faith, your will. Yeah, somebody's trying to test your will. Yes, they are. And especially when it comes to your faith. It's about your faith. See, that's the piece with the imitation comes with flattery. Is a form of flattery. I say that is because I can imitate him, but I can never be him, right? Because I am flawed. I'm already. It's nothing that can't be changed. Let's put it like that. But no matter what I can't. There's nothing I can do. You know what I mean? So what I have to do for myself, I have to accept myself for who I am, and just be the best version of me. That's it, right? And I acknowledge that Jesus sacrificed so that I could have this opportunity right here. You understand? So that I could feel forgiven. I am forgiven, but to feel it is a whole nother thing. Right? So, I feel it. I feel that forgiveness that I was looking for, that I couldn't find in the people that were around me. Because that's another thing that I was, reflecting on this morning. You know what I mean? It was like, to feel like I wasn't forgiven, it kind of, it really broke something inside of me. You know what I mean? Because I'm the most forgiving person I know. I forgive, and a lot of things were done to me, you know what I mean, that I don't talk about, I don't, you know what I'm saying, put out there, because I have to be careful of that, because I'm not trying to cause nobody no pain. I'm not trying to put no spotlight on. I'm not trying to say, well, this is what you did to me, or pull people's skeletons out the fucking closet. I have to be careful of doing that. Do I have a right to do it? Yes, I do, because everybody put all my shit out there. But that's okay, because I had to go out there and I had to sweep up all that trash. I had to clean up all that shit. I had to pick out what was mine in front of the whole fucking world. I don't have no problem doing it now, but that was my way of getting back. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Overcoming it. So I didn't have to go and seek revenge. I seek repentance. I ask God to forgive me. Because see, his forgiveness is what's healing me. Because I feel forgiven. So when the past keeps getting try to get thrown in my yard, I just kick that shit back out, man. Listen, because I already cleaned out my yard. I've already mowed my grass. I've already said and done the things that I needed to do. But me and God, because see, when I seek the validation through you guys, I was rejected. I was not forgiven. What could I do? I was held in judgment, right? That's how you feel? Now, what am I supposed to do? Stay imprisoned in my mind because you say, for as long as you say? No. I went to the Most High because he's the judge, not you. Not you. Child, please. But I had to recognize that. It took a little bit, but I recognized it, I had to recognize that God is the judge. I went to him and asked him to forgive me. I got on my knees and I cried and asked him to forgive me for what I had done that may have caused anybody some pain. Because They didn't want to give it to me. And I was not going to self-sabotage any fucking more. I'm not sacrificing myself anymore. I will not be persecuted and executed no fucking more. Over and over and over again. Get the fuck out of here. What's the message here, Spirit? Anyway, imitation. Because I ain't perfect. I'm human. Shit, I got desires and wants and stuff, but I just don't want bullshit no more. So that part, that's been a learning process. That's been a learning process of how to just love me, you know what I'm saying? Love myself and not look for outside things to validate me, because when I do, you know what I mean? Nah, whatever is supposed to come to me is going to be, you know, we're going to cross paths. But I am not seeking anything, especially when it comes to outside of me and God. Yeah, He know what I want. We talk about it. He know what I want. He knows exactly what I seek. You know what I'm saying? But I seek Him first. You know what I mean? I seek Him first, and let Him give it to me. And let Him bring it across. Ooh. Rejection, abandonment, desertion, and left behind. Look at this. Yes. Unforgiven, right? Overcoming that mountain. Knowing you are protected as you face these challenges, right? And you know, the sad part is it's purposely done. It's not like, it's purposely done. You feeling me? That's what the sad, that's where the brokenness comes from. Is wow, right? Whatever. Listen, because you ain't got no hate for nobody. Listen, and having to process those emotions, right? That's your awakening. Yes. You came bearing gifts, but you were rejected, abandoned, deserted, and left behind. Child, please, legal. Just, U.S. Department of what? Legal. This is, what's energy, spirit? There's some kind of, it could be something legal coming in. You could be getting some messages about something. But it's somebody surprised about something, somebody's authority. Maybe you're surprised by your own authority. Jealous and envy. Look at that. I told you. There it is. There it is. Traveling. Somebody could be jealous of you being able to travel, to move away. What's this that's trying to peek out? Protection or projection. Yeah, they try to project. You walked away from something. Yeah, just like I said. You know what I mean? You don't, no, there ain't no more of that, right? Somebody's surprised about, with this legal, something could be coming in that may surprise you, collective. I thank God for God. Because it's like, when we depend on material things to make us happy or make us feel better, then that's sad, because that's all we have. If that's taken away, then what the fuck? If you lose all that shit, then what? You know what I'm saying? Then what does that leave you? What are you called when you lose all that? What do you consider yourself as then? Right? Do you consider yourself as a bum, a loser? What did you call people like that when you was up top? Ooh, spirit, come on now. Ooh, stop playing with me. When you had your blessings, when your blessings were in the forefront. How did you treat others? Come on now. How'd you treat other people? How'd you act when you didn't have none? Rich girl. Somebody finna be rich girl. It's gonna be a surprise. Ooh, child. Yep, because you stayed in your North Node. Yes, you did. You didn't allow, how other people tried to make you feel. You might have felt that way. You might have self-sabotaged. You might have crashed the fuck out. Right? That was the purpose. Animosity. They mad because why? Whatever they was projecting, it ain't coming. You ain't buying. Spirit said you ain't buying. We got a Scorpio in reverse. I heard Scorpio. Because you're a starseed. Yes. Awaken it, I'm telling you. Yes. The Scorpion in reverse. Yeah. That says protection. I thought that said projection. Protection in reverse and the Scorpio in reverse. Starseed. They mad. They couldn't with this devil energy, they couldn't. Scorpio death card. That's death card, right? Yeah. They couldn't end your protection. They couldn't block it. They couldn't stop your protection. You're a starseed. You are protected. It's your faith. It's your faith in God. That's what it is. See, this is somebody else that also knows that you're not perfect, right? This is somebody that doesn't believe that God is in your life because you don't fit the fucking image. So yeah, so somebody really thought they could. Somebody fucked up. Yep. It's amazing, right? How God is so good. You may not be able to see him, but you know, you feel him in your life. You feel him in your spirit. And he protects you from people like this. He does. You may not see the things that he does to protect you, to block these energies that people are, constantly. He said, when you in my hand, can't nobody take you out my hand. Can't nobody take you out my hand. They're going to learn today. Nice guy. They're going to learn today. That's the mountain you had to overcome, collected, and you did. And you didn't crash out. You stayed prayed up. You gave up. You gave up trying. You surrendered. When you surrender, you ain't got to fight no more. You ain't got to prove nothing no more. You surrender to the fucking ego. You surrender that shit. You surrender that. You know, sometimes you just have to be like, fuck that. I know I'm better than that. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? And you just fighting for you. That's what you're doing. You're fighting for you. You're fighting for your position in this fucking world, man. You fucking matter. You as a person, you have a fucking purpose. You have a right to fucking be here. You have a right to stand up and be who the fuck you are. Fuck what people say around you. Fuck how people try to make you had to do this, you gotta do that in order to fucking be accepted. Accept your fucking self and reject that bullshit. Yes, coming out of that fucking mold and that shit is going to fucking hurt. It's supposed to feel like you cracking the fuck up. You know, you're coming out of a fucking shell, out of some kind of prison, what the fuck ever it is, a shell shock. To realize that you alone are fucking it. You feeling me? And when you let people know this is who the fuck I am, take it or leave it, they'll take it or fucking leave it. But you're going to have some that will take it. Don't let people believe that if you don't do it their way and act like how the fuck they act, that you ain't gonna have this, you ain't gonna have that, or they gonna take away some kind of fucking finances, some stability from you. You got the power to get it your fucking self. And they know it. And they hope you don't know it. You know you the smartest motherfucker in the room. You know that shit. Stop letting people tell you you don't know shit, cause what? Man, listen. Cause you ain't experienced some shit. Man, listen. You know you the smartest person in the fucking room. You know you the smartest person in the room. And that's not bragging or boasting, because you don't even use that to your own, for your own benefit. You're giving everybody else advice. You're helping everybody else. You're helping support their cause. You're giving them, you know what I'm saying, all your resources. And you ain't using none for yourself. Because God, all you do that, you're just being disobedient to fucking who? Yourself. Don't just raise other people up. Raise yourself up too. And if they ain't fucking helping, if they ain't helping you raise yourself up like you helping them raise them, man, let go. Let them get somebody else to fucking do it. Fuck that. I ain't playing with you like that today. I don't listen. Alpha female. Leader, assertive, dominant. You could be an alpha female. Alpha females, they're very strong women. Listen, I ain't taking nothing from you. But they're a little more aggressive. You know what I mean? They could be a little more aggressive. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that. Now, Sigma female is a female that don't mind being by themselves. A Sigma female actually don't want to be around, they can't put nobody before them. The fuck, you going to walk beside me? Or we ain't walking, but I'm not falling behind nobody. You hear me? You hear me? That's a Sigma female. I'm more quiet, reserved, but very strong, feminine. We got Ice King out here. So this is a very smart. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. If you're a man, because I was picking up on masculine energy. I really was. If you're a man, you could be very smart, book smart. You have a lot of skills, right? You could look good. And you are somebody that has already earned, credentials in your life, right? You probably got more social skills, Spirit said, and more education than all the people around you. But yet, you still let these fucking people. How deep is that well? What's in that well? What do you keep going dipping in that well for? Who is feeding you? Now, if you come to Jesus, if you come through me, I can give you living water. I can give you living information. I can give you living nourishment. But you keep dipping in that well that your grandfather, your great-grandparents built. Those are old traditions, old values. You hear me? Come on, Spirit. We got real love in reverse. Sagittarius. Oh my God, intent to harm. Child, you could have, a Sagittarius may have tried to take you out or some shit like that. What's this? A Sagittarius? Oh. Careless, irresponsible, and superficial. You could have rejected this person because real love in reverse. Somebody may feel like you think you're better than them. Yeah. Oh, look, somebody got an entity attachment. Yeah. So intent to hurt or harm. Somebody really want to do something to you. So whoever, alpha, female. Starseeds. Somebody wants to cause some kind of harm to you. What's the spirit? Mature woman. This could be a woman. Damn. This could be a woman. This person could possibly just be like they never had real love. I don't know. The real love is in reverse. This could be somebody that was fake. They pretended to love you, to care about you. Oh my God. Somebody could have hired somebody. Oh wow. This mature woman. This Sagittarius. This is somebody that never had, that didn't have no real love for you. They never, they may have pretended to. This could be a mother figure, a stepmother, an auntie. Somebody could wear glasses. Somebody could have bifocals. Yeah, somebody want to take you out, sis. What's the spirit? And you know why? Because you didn't crash out like they were expecting you to. That's what I heard. You didn't crash out. What's the spirit? Love offer. Look at this shit. Look at it, gossiping, spreading rumors. So you could have a king of swords that could be wanting to come in and give you a love offer. How this bitch know? I don't know. How this bitch know about it? I don't know. I don't know, but they're lying. Listen, look at this shit. Somebody could be getting divination done on you. Somebody could even be watching you. But somebody could feel like someone wants to come in with an offer. It don't have to be romantic. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Somebody want to take you out. Oh, damn, see how that flew over there? It goes over here. Look at this shit. Awakening right over here. Yes. That's this mature woman. You going to do actual money. You about to get some money, collective. Yes, you are. Light team and spirit guides. They out here. They out here. I heard they out here. Yes. Ooh. Yes. I don't really like how this intent to harm, but y'all be careful out here. Because somebody could be that freaking desperate. Awakening. Somebody about to learn a lesson. Yep, somebody about to learn a fucking hard-ass lesson. They finna go through a spiritual awakening. Why they finna go through this awakening spirit? Look, divine masculine. Spirit. Look, it won't even come out my hand. He's in reverse. Damn. You moved on from this person. So this could have been somebody you could have been in a relationship with. All right? Somebody that went against the grain. Oh, so they could be trying to send somebody in that you already know to do something to you, but you moved on. Yeah, you got on Route 60, I heard. Somebody was on Route 60. Freedom. 10 miles. Moving on. Listen, you could have moved on from this masculine. Yeah. This is somebody that wasn't who they say they was. Ooh, wow, isn't that something? That's interesting. Good. What's this message? I heard the plane. Remember that Love Island? It was what was the name of that with tattoo? Remember the little short tattoo? Yes, boss. What's something island? Ooh, the ancestors, listen. Your ancestors got you, girl. They got you, yeah, because you a sweetheart, man. You ain't out here bothering nobody. See? Sigma male, Sigma female. Could be a Sigma female. Look, contentment in reverse and obsession in reverse. Gift. Somebody's obsessed with your gift. Ooh, child. What's going on here? Yeah, your ancestors are protecting you from whatever this is. They're gonna intervene.
Because, yeah, they're protecting you. You got some female ancestors that got your back that would love the spirit said to handle this bitch. Oh, wow. Well, get her then, Grandma. Get her. Get her, Auntie. Get her, Auntie. Look, poverty and help. You ain't in no poverty. You don't need no help. Oh, you ain't gonna? Ooh, spirit. And listen, it ain't no endings coming either. Ay, look at this shit. Look at this. Somebody is, oh my God. They looking at, didn't I tell you somebody watching you? They spying. Yeah. Somebody could have a private investigator watching you. I told you. Yeah. To try to get information on you, where you go, where you work, and shit like that, so they could try to do something stupid. But that's gonna really get somebody to ask for it. That's what's gonna happen. Yeah. That's what's gonna happen. Look, this bitch tried to steal a house from you, y'all. She tried to steal a house. She's a fucking thief. Yep, that's what she tried to do, and she's jealous and envious of you. Oh, bald-headed ass. I said it. I said it. Yeah, looking like a man. Yeah, it could be a man. Take that how it resonates. Take it how it resonates. Yeah, they mad. Because it ain't going to go the way they thought. It ain't going to go the way they thought. And this bitch, BITCH, has been doing voodoo too. Because I seen it. We all seen that shit in the beginning. That's why I was like, yeah, whatever, right? That's what she been out here doing. That's what she been out here doing. Ooh, and you about to meet your rich guy. Yep, she didn't listen. Unexpected money. Listen. And they tried to bind you, I told you. Somebody, yes they did. Somebody wanted you to be mentally unstable. Karma. Kicking in. It's kicking in. It's rainy days for somebody. There's no more sunshine for somebody. Nothing's gonna be nothing but cloudy and rainy days. Look. Intellectual thief. They've been stealing. They've been trying to steal. You from you. Listen, spiritual rank. Come on now. Stop playing. You are held in high honor. And it's not because anything that you've done. You hear me? It's just your intention, your heart space. You know what I mean? I feel like you're a very giving and loving person. You know, like a lot of us are. And we get just treated like we could get kicked around and shit. We only good for when they need something, when they can use us. You feeling me? But God forbid you do something, that you're proud of. They don't give you that. You gotta give it to yourself. And that shit that's enough energy to work through by yourself. How you gonna give it to yourself when you feeling like damn? But that's what we have to stop letting people fucking do that shit. They don't like it, fuck it. We listen. Keep doing what you doing. Get the fuck away from them. That's the only way, because if you stay around people that don't fucking clap for you, what the fuck? What you gonna, what's gonna happen. Move away from them. It ain't like you ain't used to being by yourself, because these motherfuckers didn't have your back, so you always felt alone. So don't act like you ain't used to being by yourself, because yes, you really are. Right? They made you feel that way. So get on by yourself and don't be afraid to step out there and meet new people. Yeah, don't be afraid to do that shit. Don't be afraid to do that. That shit can only last for so fucking long. As long as you let it last in your head. Once people start coming in and you start meeting new people and allow, you know what I'm saying? That'll go away. But when you're ready, loving is its own reward. Look at that. It says the very act of loving is the benefit of the risk. We all want to be loved back. Come on, spirit. We all want to be supported. But when you grow up, you see that it has nothing to do with how the person who receives your love reacts, and all about you just being willing to open your heart in this dangerous world. Be a gangster and love the fuck out of somebody today. Expect nothing in return.
Loving in its own reward. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I mean, yeah, but expecting. Yeah, well, I ain't there. Well, I ain't there yet. It don't feel good, and I don't. That's something I have to learn to deal with at another time. But in the meantime, I ain't doing that shit no more. I learned my lesson, man. No, I want something too. Shit, I'm human. I love God. You know what I'm saying? And God sustains me. But for me not to live the life that He has given me, then what the fuck? Right? Okay. Anyway. I don't know, maybe one day. I mean, I give and don't expect anything in return, but when it comes to my personal, space, I don't give like that. Not anymore. I mean, I give, but I'm not going to sacrifice myself, if I don't feel like it's being reciprocated. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? So I give you a shot. I ain't gonna be closed off. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. But you know what I'm saying. All right, y'all. Let me get off before I fucking bury myself. Y'all have a good day. Peace. Stay up.